Today we're joined by Anthony Verdeja, Executive Director of the Family Center on Deafness, which empowers deaf and hard of hearing residents by enhancing communication, education, and independence. Can you tell us a little bit about how that has raised the visibility of the Family Center on Deafness and its programs?
Yes, I would be remiss, of course, if I didn't first recognize the fact that I have been fortunate and blessed to have a great working staff and a great working board, as well as partners like PCF and others who have looked at our applications, that have looked at the programs that we're wanting to establish and recognize them for the value that they are. And so what we have done over the past year and a half or so since I took over working here at FCD is that we've really realized that we cannot stay within just our four walls. That part of our responsibility is also educating the greater Pinellas County community about what it is and who is involved in the deaf and hard of hearing community and how they can work in tandem with us to make sure that everything is accessible and supported so that our families can thrive and be active and participating members of Pinellas County.
Fantastic. So the Family Center on Deafness recently received an operating grant from Pinellas Community Foundation for a sign language interpreter program that you have, and that application really caught the hearts of our reviewers and of the foundation. Can you tell us a little bit about that program in particular?
Sure. So when I came on to FCD, one of the things that we realized was a continuous struggle and barrier was communication. And communication not just for the internal staff or the specific families that we were working with, but also for the families and for the greater community. So one of the things that we did is we created what we called the visual communication policy, meaning that anyone and everyone who walks through our doors, we want to ensure that we do our best to meet them where they are with their mode of communication. And because deafness encompasses so many different parts of the community, that might be someone who is just losing their hearing. So it might be things like increasing how we use gestures or indexing or pictures versus someone who comes in who might be generationally born deaf, who needs American Sign Language. And so we changed that policy, which then also helped us push forward the need to be more inclusive with all of our programs and services. So we wanted to ensure that all families, no matter what language they spoke at home, could participate. So when we began to hold things like parent network events or open forum events, we realized that that also incorporated families who didn't have members who knew sign language. So we needed to bring interpreters into those events to ensure that access was happening. We also, and this was a beautiful thing, is we realized that by providing a spoken Spanish interpreter, our Spanish communities out there who haven't been as engaged in the past with FCD could also begin to attend. So when we have our parent network events, when we have our expo events now, we have sign language interpreters that work from American Sign Language into spoken English and spoken English into American Sign Language. And we also have trilingual interpreters who come in and work between spoken Spanish and spoken English. So that when we are facilitating our events, those who rely on spoken Spanish have access, those who rely on sign language have access, and those who rely on spoken English have access. And because of your generosity and your grant, we are able to ensure that we can do more of those events because those services, while needed, are also costly. And so we want to ensure that we provide the highest quality of those services, and that grant that we received from you allows us to do just that.
Thank you. It is so wonderful to see how you deeply understand the needs of the community that you serve, the multifaceted nature of people's abilities and their needs. And it really helps to ensure that your program, all of your programs, do the very best to serve, and then to at times find out where are their gaps, and so making sure that people are not left out. And so it is much appreciated that you take the time to really understand the needs of the community. I want to thank Anthony and the entire staff at the Family Center on Deafness for all the work that they do to elevate and advocate for the needs of our deaf and hard of hearing community. Truly inspiring.